Gay Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift is engaged.
This must be how 9/11 felt.
Secretly a lesbian.
What the hell is happening?
We are the only ones trying to save her.
I'd prefer them just both come out.
We have the proof.
Guys, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are engaged! Oh my gosh! Tell the townspeople, release the doves, sound the alarms. I'm kidding. As you probably guessed, I don't particularly care. I'm not a Swiftie. I'm also not anti-Swiftie, right? If you enjoy her music, good for you. I think it is fine to have a normal interest in public figures. Maybe you admire their work. Maybe you appreciate their artistry or follow their career out of curiosity or nostalgia. That's a healthy level of engagement, and many people do it, but some take it way too far. Perhaps you've encountered someone who's just a little too emotionally invested in a celebrity's life. I have. Specifically, this person was a K-pop fan. Now, of course, there are normal fans, but for some, it becomes an obsession. Watching someone speak about a pop star like they are God or like they know them personally is less harmless fan and more unhealthy fixation, and it is genuinely unsettling. Disturbing, even. So today we are talking about parasocial relationships, and these are the one-sided emotional attachments that some people form with celebrities. But also, this kind of behavior can show up everywhere, from those K-pop fandoms, right? From influencer followings, actresses, actors, and so on. But I want to focus on Taylor Swift today because she just got engaged, and also a specific subset of her fan base has been losing it for reasons that are frankly absurd. Before we start though, make sure you are subscribed, or don't. That would just be kind of rude. But that's okay. Now back to Taylor. You would assume that her fans would be happy for her, and of course many are. But then there are the Gaylors, people who believe that Taylor is secretly a lesbian. And she has been dropping cryptic clues for years, guys. They are now treating this engagement like a betrayal of some sacred contract. These patterns with celebrity worship, the fantasy that fans create, the people that cannot emotionally tolerate it when reality breaks that illusion, is something that exists within many different fandoms. But again, today we're gonna start with Taylor. Let's see some of the strange behavior.
Oh my god, stop making Taylor Swift's proposal about yourself. I'm talking about you, Gaylors. Because, like, what the is even this?
I'm genuinely scared watching how serious Taylor and Travis are becoming. Sometimes I wonder, what if they actually get married? What if she's really not queer at all? Why did you guys think that Taylor Swift, who looks like the straightest woman on the planet, would be queer? I'm just curious. There are certain like styles, I guess you could say, certain vibes that people give off that get people talking, oh maybe, you know. But Taylor Swift, it feels like everything I believed about her could collapse overnight. If this is real and not some PR game, I honestly think I could end up in the hospital or worse. I don't know if I'd ever be able to listen to her songs the same way again. Her happiness looks so different from what I've imagined. Like she's truly content going to his family's events, showing up to the TEU just for him. I don't know how to cope with the idea that maybe I never knew her at all. Well, girl, you didn't know her.
Like, why are people crashing out over it? You're, like, literally taking someone's happy moment, someone who's been dating someone else for, like, a really long time, and you're like, wow, I can't believe she'd disobey me and the LGBTQ plus community by marrying this PR relationship man. I keep seeing videos of people saying they're going into psychosis. Like, calm down. You're making it about yourself, and you're all, like, very big conspiracy theorists, Gaylors. Who said she's not bi? She could be bi. Y'all are biphobic. I'm not even a Taylor Swift fan, but like, can y'all just be happy for her? If you're really her fans, wouldn't you all just be happy that she found someone who makes her super happy that she'd want to spend the rest of her life with?
Yeah, true, but also I don't think she ever came out as bi or gay or anything.
You're gay.
You're bi. Let's listen to Zachary the Swiftologist.
I don't know if I'd ever be able to listen to her songs the same way again. What do you mean the same way? Yeah, you've been listening to the songs with a math formula in your brain that isn't real. So unfortunately, I'm sorry when reality comes to bite you in the but unicorns don't exist. They don't fly in the world. Taylor Swift's not a lesbian. I've been saying this. She's been saying this. We've all been saying this. She's not under any sort of conservatorship that prevents her from being her full lesbian self because she's not a lesbian.
She'd probably get so much more attention if she did come out as something else, like bi, gay, whatever. But I don't think she will, because I don't think she is. No, Willa, what? She's not for the girls? Shocker!
This last part really says the dementedness of the Gaylors in one fell swoop. Maybe I never knew her at all. You never knew her. You are never going to know her. She's a celebrity.
You're not processing some great loss or discussing like war, right? Truly horrific things happening right now in the world. You are watching a celebrity you don't know personally. You don't know this person, right? Fall in love, get married. That's great. As a fan, you should be happy, right? But that is shaking your worldview. You are saying her happiness looks different than you imagine. Well, that's sounding like her joy is wrong because it doesn't fit the storyline you wrote for her in your head. Why did you do that though? You do not know Taylor Swift. You know the curated persona that was sold to you through music videos, through interviews, Easter eggs, tours, outfits, and that's fine. That's what all public figures are, by the way. You don't know any of these people. Now that she's doing something that contradicts your personal projection, you are spiraling because you thought she was gay. Why? Again, she has never said she was a lesbian. Even if she had like hinted at it or something, this whole thing is incredibly weird. To speculate about someone's sexuality this much, someone you do not know, it just shows when you need to see yourself reflected, how that turns into a need to control someone else's life. You can still be who you are without Taylor Swift also being gay. Did you know that? Here are some more reactions to her proposal.
Like, the Taylor Swift engagement, super shocking at first, but now that I'm, like, actually processing that the artist that I've known for the longest in my life, she's engaged. Like, go girl, be happy.
There is no way you set your camera and got on this app and started crying because Taylor Swift got engaged. What is wrong with some of y'all? I can understand being a fan of somebody, but some of y'all are idolizing these people as if they're gods in this world. And what's crazy, while you're sitting here idolizing these people, they don't even know you exist. The only thing they know about you is that you're a ticket sale. You purchase a ticket to make them even more rich than they were before. And then to say that the person you've known for years, you don't know this woman and she doesn't even know you exist at all. The love that some of y'all pour into these people, you need to start pouring it into yourself.
Right, and that doesn't make Taylor Swift an evil person. The fact that she's not going to answer your messages or hang out with you, right? That doesn't make her evil. She's a celebrity. She doesn't have to do all that. She performs. That's her job. And if you are a fan, if you enjoy her music, great. You can consume that content. That doesn't give you the right to know Taylor Swift.
Oh my God.
I'm dead serious. She just posted on Instagram. What the hell is happening? Oh my God.
What's going on? This can't be happening. You guys, are you okay?
You guys, Taylor Swift is engaged. I know this is like, because what do you mean she's engaged?
Well, we mean that she is gonna marry that guy, right? Travis Kelce. She's gonna marry him. Why are we crying? What just happened?
Taylor and Travis are engaged, oh my God.
Taylor Swift gets to be small girl with Travis Kelce because he is large boy and she gets to be small girl. He can just scoop her up. She's not gonna be the most.
The energy, the devotion, the hours spent decoding lyrics and watching her interviews, that intensity is misdirected, right? If you gave yourself that same kind of attention, you might actually have to confront who you are, your flaws perhaps. You might have to take risks. You might have to make changes. You might have to hold yourself to the same standard of growth or romance that you project onto her or any other celebrity. And that could be hard, right? It's easier to live vicariously through someone you've put on a pedestal like Taylor Swift, or maybe a male celebrity that you like, whatever. Then you'd have to admit that you have been neglecting your own dreams. But the truth is, the fantasy will never love you back. The version of Taylor Swift that you have built in your head, perfectly aligned with your worldview, that person does not exist. Again, it's fine to be a normal fan, enjoy her music, whatever. This kind of obsession though, not normal, not healthy. And it is sad for these individuals because if even a fraction of that love was turned inward, right, into your own healing, your own voice, your own art, right, your own relationships, think of how much better that would be. But instead, you're outsourcing your identity to someone who doesn't even know your name. Now, I'm not surprised people overreact this way because there are people who actually worship pop culture deities, so it's not surprising, but it's still sad.
I know this was like always the goal, right? Like, she hasn't been out here like writing Enchanted for like nobody. Like, she hasn't been writing Fearless, Love Story. But like, it's so crazy because she's always been for me through like all of the heartbreaks, and the fact that Taylor Swift like found someone, like, this is like such a big deal to me for like so many reasons. I'm so happy. I've been saying for a really long time, I don't think I'm gonna meet the love of my life until I'm like in my early 30s.
Ah. Okay, so now I think I understand what's happening. She's sobbing because Taylor Swift gave her hope that love was still possible, I guess in her 30s, right? And now Taylor's engaged. So for some, it's not really about Taylor. It's about what Taylor represents to them. An accomplished woman, someone rich, famous, who was single, really wanted love, wanted that fairy tale. That gave her something to hold on to, right? It's like, oh, we're besties, even though they don't know each other, of course. And now that symbol has kind of been taken away because Taylor is getting her fairy tale, which is what many women want. Nothing wrong with that, by the way. But this woman is left wondering, oh, does that mean I'm running out of time? That's my theory. Because this is a bit of an overreaction, I think. And the issue is when your self-worth is built on someone else's timeline, right? When your hope for your own life is outsourced to a celebrity. Taylor Swift finding love at 34 is not a promise to you that your timeline will or will not be like that, right? It literally has no effect on you. It could make you feel better or worse, true, but let's stay grounded. If Taylor Swift's journey meant so much to you, it's probably because there's a part of you that wants the same thing. But Taylor's not going to hand it to you, and you don't need a stranger in a stadium, on stage, whatever, to give you permission. And I can't help but wonder if your friends or, you know, family members, like someone got married, right? Would the reaction be the same?
Swift engagement, super shocking at first, but now that
What the hell is happening?
I can't believe it. If this is your reaction with Taylor Swift's engagement, what happens when your, I don't know, sister gets engaged or a best friend? Someone you really care about, someone you actually know.
It's not that deep. You guys are pretending that you guys have a personal connection with her. She doesn't even know you. For you to be crying and idolizing her like she is some god is crazy to me. She's just another human. She don't care about you. She don't even know you.
You gotta admit, it is not normal or healthy for that part for people to just be like, you know, being this attached to a celebrity. Because I've also seen people comment and they're like, oh, like, when's the wedding? Like, can I buy tickets to it? Like, can it be live streamed? Like, how are we gonna do this? And it's like, you are not Taylor. Like, you guys know that. Like, the ones who are acting like they just got engaged, the ones that are like screaming, crying, breaking down, acting as if they're gonna be invited to the wedding.
Man, she really crying like if she was supposed to get an invite from Taylor Swift or something.
Gaylor theory isn't real.
Okay. So Taylor Swift, cool for the summer. She was singing along. That makes her gay. Okay, I got it now.
They thought this whole time that Taylor Swift was secretly a lesbian and that Travis Kelce was a beard or something, and he was gonna come out as either bi or gay or trans.
Oh, he's gay too. Okay, they're both gay. I see. You know, there's like a joke when people say, oh, they were best friends, when they look at two historical figures who were likely gay, and they say, yeah, they were really close. They were best friends. And people get upset because it's like, no, they probably were gay. Here, it's the opposite. They're literally getting married. I don't think they're gay, and that's okay. The most anti-woke thing about me is how much I can't stand Gaylor. This is kind of like the horseshoe effect when we're talking about like woke and stuff, right? On one end, you have people who are actually outright homophobic, not, oh, I won't refer to you as loop-de-doop, you know, pronouns, whatever. No, like actual homophobia. On the other end, you've got people being heterophobic. A woman being straight is some sort of betrayal to the Gaylors. Guys, she's never come out as gay. She's never claimed that label. She's only dated men. And now that she's engaged to a man, somehow that makes you a bigot for saying, yeah, it's probably a heterosexual woman. Do you hear yourselves? Actually, if you don't see the issue, let's flip it, alright? Imagine Taylor was gay. She fell in love with a woman, is engaged now, right? Now imagine a bunch of people called straightlers saying, no, she likes men. No, she's straight. She's secretly into guys. She's not gay. She is straight. And since we're straight, we want her to be straight as well. If you don't agree with us, you are heterophobic. What? People would say, no, that's homophobic, right? Because it is weird to insist that someone's sexuality must align with your personal preference. No. Demanding that she validate your identity when she's just out here living her life, that's not progressive. That is parasocial entitlement. Again, coming from someone who was not a Taylor Swift fan, Gaylors, you have me defending Taylor Swift.
Okay, lesbians, it's over. I don't think that Taylor Swift is ever going to come out as queer. I have been such a Gaylor for so long, and all hope is lost for me because you know what? I think she's actually really happy. Like, she looks really happy. So if she is actually bi, like, I definitely deeply believe she is, like, that's not gonna help her to come out and say that.
You actually deeply believe? Why? I'm just curious. Why?
Just let the girl be happy, but a little sad. Because I thought for sure that this was not like for real until I saw the podcast of her talking to Travis, and I'm like, oh, it is for real. Like they're in love. I'm sad that she will never get that gratification that she was actually in these sapphic relationships. We're never gonna get it. I mean, we have the proof, but we're never gonna get it.
What is the proof? Oh, this is weird.
We knew that she was gonna get engaged and then they're gonna call it off because of this master plan. They're living in a different reality.
Rest in peace to Gaylor, gay Taylor Swift, who was alive via speculation and conspiracy theory from 2010s-ish to today, 2025. Or at least Byler. But she's gone now. Congratulations to Straightler.
This is what happens when you make everything about sexuality and you're obsessed with labels. Handler, Byler. This is what's gonna happen to people. You're not gonna be Sarah. You're gonna be Byler. You're gonna be Gayla. And that's one thing, like obsessing over a label for yourself. To be so obsessed and invested in a celebrity sexuality, again, someone you do not know, what? Guys, you need a hobby.
Someone posted on Reddit, Taylor, if you're here, please touch the end of your nose with one finger during the applause section after Champagne Problems on night 1 or night 2 in Zurich. Your queer fans could use a little lift. Gay flag and a pink heart. If you are reading this thread, cover your mouth during the Champagne Problems applause on Friday as a sign.
They're looking at things she typically does at her performances, and then they're like, oh, Taylor, breathe tonight if you're here on Reddit. Blink in your interview if you're secretly panromantic, bisexual, demi-girl.
I would say it's a bad day to be a Gaylor, but somehow those freaks and weirdos are gonna make this about how she's actually still in the closet and he's in love with his friends. You guys are freaks and weirdos.
Performance art lore to me. The obvious stage lighting, the archway surrounded by flowers. Yes, who would ever stage a proposal? No real couples ever try and make their proposal look nice.
Guys, this was staged.
No, because I agree. When you really look at it, Taylor Swift getting engaged to a straight man is obviously proof that she's gay.
She is being controlled and manipulated. You people are sick. We are the only ones trying to save her.
Well, it's happened. The world's first world famous lavender marriage has been announced. This time it's 2 beards and not just one bearding for the other. So what we're not gonna do is have you guys in my space. You're in enemy territory, is what I have to say. We're processing information. You guys are jumping for joy because you're the weird ones that are obsessed with speculating about when she'll get married and have kids. That's the actual tea, but no, get out. This is not a safe space.
What? Regular fans being happy for Taylor Swift. They're the weird ones. Again, you do know that if Taylor Swift wanted to come out, she could. You really think she's hiding her queerness in 2025 for what? She has openly supported LGBTQ community many times, written songs about it. I think she could come out if she wanted to. It's time to log off, touch some grass. Yeah.
And this must be how 9/11 felt.
This must be how 9/11 felt. Lovely thing to say. The weird ones. Yeah, we're the weird ones, right?
This is crazy, but I'm not surprised. It seemed to be going in this direction. I still think they are bearding. I guess they have decided to go full-blown lavender marriage, but these photos are really nice. And honestly, if they can live their lives that they want with each other, I'm happy for them, although I'd prefer them just both come out. The cognitive dissonance here is stunning. They're bearding and they're closeted in a miserable lavender marriage, but also I'm so happy for them. They look great. Anyone else think her outfit is giving behind bars, like the black and white stripes?
I don't think this is what it seems. Yeah, you can tell she's faking it, yeah.
Gaylors annoy me so bad because if you try to confront them, they call you homophobic.
I'm the girl who changed my name to Taylor because of Taylor Swift. I'm trying to find a way of getting this to Taylor.
So we're talking about your actual name, not your username, right? Not a fan account. Your government name is now Taylor because of Taylor Swift. Okay.
So I was really confused when I looked up this dress because it doesn't have a cute name or anything. It has no Easter eggs attached to it. And I had a moment where I doubted us and myself for a moment and thought, oh my god, is this really just a random dress that she's wearing on a random day and she happened to get engaged?
Wow! Could it be like a normal dress? Could it be like a regular engagement?
No. The dress is available on the Revolve website in the color 1932 stripe white and black. Now, the stripes themselves are interesting to me because in fashion, historically, stripes have meant that you are a social outcast. Prisoners wear stripes. But the only specific thing on here The only detail that could lead to any type of Easter egg is 1932. It took less than 30 seconds to find this. Clara Bow, 1932, Call Her Savage. It was her penultimate project. She only did one more film before retiring from the public eye with her husband, then going unwell. But we have Clara Bow, we have Dynamite, we have A Marriage Ploy, and the house burning down. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's time to see a shrink. Yeah. All the pick-me girls coming out of the shadows to post and make sure you know that they don't like Taylor Swift after she just announced her engagement. And who are these girls trying to be picked by? Why do they think that they're gonna be picked if they simply say they are not a fan, they're not a Swiftie? This is what happens with parasocial worship, right? When a pop star stops being a pop star and they start being some sacred symbol of empowerment or feminism or girlhood or queerness and whatever else people are trying to project onto her that day. At that point, you're no longer allowed to say, I don't like her music. Not a fan, without being accused of something. You're a pick-me, you're sexist, you're homophobic. You're not allowed to critique her branding even. You're not allowed to be neutral without people thinking you're secretly a hater. Weird!
It is crazy how much backlash you will get if you say you don't like Taylor Swift or her music or the actions that she's taken part in. Whenever I meet a new person, specifically a new girl, I always kind of tiptoe around the fact that I do not like Taylor Swift. I feel like it's one of those things that you can't say outright because there's so many women who love Taylor Swift so much to the point that, like, I'm hole if I say that she's not very good.
It's this strange purity test. You either adore Taylor Swift or you're seen as a hater, right? There's no middle ground, no room for nuance, no space for personal taste. The idea that disliking a rich, powerful celebrity is somehow oppressive, that is genuinely hilarious. Taylor Swift will be fine. Even if someone on TikTok calls her overrated, she can handle it. This is a rich, successful woman who fell in love, now has a diamond ring on her finger. Why are you losing sleep over that? What is wrong with you guys? If you're fans, you should be happy. She's a performer, a singer, an entertainer. She's not above critique, right? Personally, again, not a fan. But if we can't differentiate between critiquing the art and attacking the person, that's an issue. So yes, discuss her artistry, analyze her lyrics, right? Debate her talent. That's fair game. But when you start obsessing over someone's sexuality, creating conspiracy theories about her relationships, or treating her engagement as a personal betrayal, it's unhealthy. Because at the end of the day, Taylor Swift is not your friend. She's not your girlfriend. She's not your savior. She is not God. She should not be worshipped. She is a woman, a human being, and a singer, and a performer. Cool. Be a fan or don't be a fan, that's your right. But having a meltdown, whether it be from overwhelming happiness or soul-crushing devastation over someone else's engagement, is not normal. Especially when it's someone who does not know that you exist. You don't need to love her. You don't need to hate her, right? But you do need to separate your identity from hers. And that's all for today's video, guys. You let me know what you think in the comments below. Also remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to see more videos like this. Bless you. Share the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.